We drove about 4,500 kilometers, around 2,800 miles with our Tesla. From Zurich to Sicily, once around the island and back to Zurich again. On our way back, we stopped in the Italian cities of Spello, Assisi and Modena. And very importantly, our journey through Europe has only just begun. There is a lot more to come.
We drive from south of Italy through all of Italy to Switzerland. We report how we charge on a 1,500 kilometer, around 930 miles long ride. And on our way, we also visit special and lesser known places in Italy.
Bello, Spello!
And we visit Assisi, a medieval pilgrimage town in the heart of the beautiful Umbrian countryside. And we make a stop in Modena, the hometown of balsamic vinegar, where everything revolves around art, culture and food. We are traveling through Europe and our home country Switzerland as a family of 3, and this 100% electric with our Tesla Model Y.
From Tropea in Calabria we head north to the Umbria region. Our destination is Spello and Assisi, and on this route we charge 2 times. Our Tesla calculated 5 stops for the entire 1,500 km, 930 miles long drive to Zurich. As we already reported on our trip from Zurich to Sicily, the use of the highway in Calabria is free. Our first charging stop is near Salerno. After a few hours of driving, the stop is very welcome for all of us, and everyone uses it in their own way. And from now on we'll be paying route tolls again. In total, for the route from southern Italy to the Swiss border, we come to about 65 euros, around $70 Italian highway tolls. For Switzerland, we have a yearly vignette and pay about 40 euros, around $42 for the whole year. Our next charging stop is in Ceprano. We are already charged here on the way to Sicily.
And now we are in Umbria. Umbria has been on our bucket list for a long time, and we are finally able to look at the beautiful landscape with its many medieval towns. After a Tesla camping night, our first way takes us to a typical Italian cafe bar, and of course we order cappuccino. Spello is a beautiful medieval hilltop town. What a beautiful sight, everything so harmonious with the stone grey houses and the hilly landscape. We explore the medieval town on foot. We discover a small shop selling truffle products made from truffles from the surrounding forests. And we can have a try. Simply incredibly delicious.
And how it is?
Fine.
Good? In English?
Very good.
There are such delicious delicacies in Italy. We stroll through the medieval town and feel transported back in time.
Bello, Spello!
Spello is incredibly charming with a beautiful and relaxed vibe.
Bello mio, Spello!
And now we continue to Assisi, only 50 minutes drive from Spello. We've heard a lot and are curious about the town.
And we arrived in Assisi! We are now in the famous and beautiful city Assisi.
Everything is so nicely renovated and cared for. We arrived around noon and the streets are lonely. The city has a wonderful medieval charm, and at the fountain you can literally feel the past. And as we love to do, we want to get an overview of the city, and church towers are perfect for that. But this time I have to be careful not to hit my head on the old walls like in Ragusa. From here we have a wonderful view of Assisi and the fortress.
There are a few souvenir shops in the streets. Assisi is beautiful, everything has been nicely renovated and flowers are everywhere. But somehow it almost seems a bit cool compared to the imperfect but lively southern Italian and Sicilian places. And now we are going to the main attraction of the town. Assisi is the hometown of Francis of Assisi, a famous Christian saint. And for Christians, Assisi is an important pilgrimage city. The 800-year-old basilica offers a wonderful insight into the architecture and craftsmanship of the early Middle Ages. But now we want to take a closer look at the fortress. Beautiful and impressive in size, but the most beautiful thing is the fantastic view of the wide landscape, even if it's a bit cloudy right now. And just in time for our onward journey, we have a bright blue sky.
Our next destination is Modena, with a charging stop on the way.
Perugia!
Directly after our arrival, we noticed a man in uniform and they tell us about the big celebration, which takes place today in the main square. We secure the best seats and watch the spectacle. We are always fascinated by how tradition and modernity are lived in Italy. Modena has a special architecture with its many arcades and the shops below.
In Modena, everything revolves around good food. There are delicatessen shops everywhere. And in the central market hall, there is everything your heart desires. Modena is known for the aceto balsamico, the Modena vinegar. And from the neighboring town of Parma comes Parmesan and Parma ham. The people here know how to enjoy. We stroll a little further and stop for coffee in one of the many cafes with a view of the festivities. There's really something going on here, totally exciting. And of course, Modena also offers beautiful, magnificent buildings, and we want to see them, even if our little one is a bit tired.
And here we spot a fun little electric car, perfect for the narrow Italian streets. We wonder how much range it has. Modena is a charming and beautiful city, perfect for our last stop in Italy. From here we want to drive to Switzerland, to our home base in Zurich. We make 2 charging stops on the 5-hour drive.
Campo Galliano!
We have the full potential of full self-driving and are already looking forward to receiving the beta version in Europe. As is many in the US, but even so, it is totally relaxed to drive long distances. The Tesla stays perfectly in lane and changes lanes automatically when you turn the signal. Awesome! Shortly before Milan, we reach our last Tesla supercharger.
Melegnano!
And having arrived in Switzerland, the final sprint across the Alps to Zurich begins. Since there is a lot of traffic jam at the Gotthard tunnel, we decide to take the longer route over the Gotthard Pass rather than being stuck in traffic. At the top of the pass, we even discover remains of snow. The landscape in Europe is so diverse, and the mountains touch us again and again, even if we have seen them so often. Back in Switzerland, we want to make new travel arrangements before we head to new destinations in Europe. Our next Tesla road trip will lead us to the Provence in France, with its breathtakingly beautiful landscapes, the charming villages, and the wonderful lavender fields. If you like this video, then subscribe to the channel and share it with your travel, Tesla and EV friends.